Top of morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If I Was in That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, or aka Slime movie. So, the in this What If, my character used to be Demon Lord Maline's like pet dragon. From if you haven't seen the anime, spoilers ahead. So the where she where she eh, her father like cloned himself and turned into a baby thing, and so the it was my character in this What If. The little dragon that you see on your screen, yep, that's my character right there. So after my character died in because of a kingdom, then a greedy mortal king decides to bring my character back to life. You know, him and his subordinate. So so the greedy king says if we have to deal with the king of monsters, or nation's monster, we had to create one. As he knew that story of how the dragon princess used to have a pet dragon or friend dragon, and so he looked at him and said about what kind. I mean, there must be something, as he was like forging or like bringing my little character back from the dead. So basically, like his soul has been like transformed into a human with no memories of his own. It was a chaos dragon. And so he bows before the king, like, how will I serve you? As he said, or king says, good. I want you to go to that nation of monsters. And kill whoever's trying to, or this so-called leader. Report back to me after you're done. Yes, sir. As he teleports away, At the same time, when that happened, as so all like he got intercepted by both of them, as they see him as one true powerful entity. So he's going. Sorry about that. He was going. Oh. Alright, so he was going to the Nations of Monsters. So Rimuru was there, and she saw, or actually, Rimuru saw him as he says, "Are you the leader of the monsters? You must be Rimuru Tempest." His name as prepare to die. My king called me to kill you and your people. And that's what I'll do. As he was basically trying to kill, or so so Rimuru decides to start battling. No, it's fine. As they, as his aura could be detected by Demon Lord Malign, as she could tell, as she tells claiming that I think one of my friends is back. As in this timeline, the king demanded him to get killed. So basically, he starts fighting Rimuru, or my character was fighting Rimuru. As he was like, armor, as fire shot out of his mouth. As notice, or her, like, that thing, it said, and notice, he's a dragon from that story, or from a story. As, of course, she now knows who it is. And so, or before they left, I forgot to mention, before they left, or before he left, the whatever he is says, let's give you a name of, how about Chaos Chaz? As, Chaos Chaz, huh? I like it. As a glowing aura surround, or actually his, or it's similar to his, like that. As, of course, only two people that could sense in my character was her and her. So she basically, so both of them could tell that him and, or he says, any last words before I slaughter you down to size? Rimuru, as she's, I keep calling her as she. They're calling Rimuru as she. So he actually, or Rimuru, who says, hey, what's your name? Huh. I'm still getting used to my new name of Chaos Chaz. As, of course, she flew across all the way. Where is it? So she flew all the way across and punches him in. She literally punched him in because of that. And he says to Rimuru, I'm also I hold 3 titles more than right hand of Hun. And she holds 2 titles. But I hold a lot more. As he says, I am the Chaos Dragon. The monster is feared by all. Now let me show you it's my true power. Rimuru, as his mouth glowed, as they're terrified. It used to be as he says, or actually Rimuru says, I have one more question. Go ahead before I blast you to a puddle. Who sent you? The greediest king. Or he actually says, or they actually say who it is? Or remembers what he did? Or what So the greedy king sends out his subordinate or something like that. As he says, well, he and I are, or he made me. So now you die, as he shoots a beam of light through his mouth. As only only person that really deflected was Demon Lord Maline. Because she knows her friend really well. As she remembers who her dead friend was. So, as he says, "Who are you?" As she couldn't believe that he doesn't even remember her. Basically, when she says, "I'm Demon Lord Maline Naga," as it doesn't ring a bell. Under strict orders from a kingdom, the king wants Rimuru Tempest dead. As he, so I will, as a singing blast comes out of his mouth. Oh, as Rimuru's like, this is bad. As Ninling, it was after they got sent to. So the snake lady, can tell that, or actually between her and her, that sorry. So between her and her, both of them were so they and so Demon Lord Maline is like, he doesn't recognize me. You mean this role? As he to prepare to die. As that's what he says. And he just absolutely, or Rimuru uses his body double ultimate thing to become like a clone of himself. As he destroys, boom. As he destroys Rimuru Tempest. And he looked at him As he says, now the job's finished, I'll take my leave. Because as he used telepath, or he flies, or he used his demon wing, or his dragon wing, basically like those, but way more grander scale. And everybody was shocked that Rimuru died. Not really. As he flew back and told the king that he's good. Well, as Rimuru, who was like, that was a close one. As Rimuru was like, that was scary. His attack is too overpowered. So, as Snake Girl knows that Rimuru could survive anything. As so, both of them know that so the so Demon Lord Maline was just trying to process it. Like, what? Why did her dragon attack Rimuru instead of her? As Rimuru tells her that the kingdom sent your little dragon to kill me. As so then Rimuru's like, okay, how will we, if me and him go toe to toe again? He will definitely win at the same time. As both of them know that Maline's dragon is now too powerful. So she couldn't believe that her own pet dragon attacks or is sent from another nation. So both of them agree, or all of them agree, that that king needs to die thing. So they, like, as he's just walking around, as he's inside of his own head and of trying to remember who that girl was. As it. So he basically. He basically met. Stupidest people. Ever get there? Not that. I'm trying to look for who those are. Basically, 1, 2, 3, and all three of those souls. That's what I'm saying. Those three, or have met him, but he's more of like that guy, the vicious and angry all at once. The one that you see before you. I'm trying to open up my. So, and that girl, in this universe, or in this part of a timeline, she actually decides to fall in love with my character. As he sometimes, when he sleeps, he lays like a human, but he basically made a entire room feel like it's on fire. But so as he couldn't get, as all three of them respects or should I say chaos Chaz, to cause some serious damage. As he comes and like knows that they have a new weapon. As he said, or actually Rimuru told him that we know it's a powerfulest dragon, Chaos Max dragon type. As Demon Lord Malign is saying, well, I think it used to be my friend before I sealed him in away. But for some reason someone broke him out. As he says, I see. Well, as all three of them, or actually the old man, says, how will we proceed against the monster town when Rimuru is gone? As so, it was similar to Canon or spoilers thing. They sent not 3 this time. They sent those 3 and my character. And I know that I spell like Berserker wrong. Oh, characters, and it was I'm gonna I'm trying to make, or not her. So, and of course, in this part of the timeline, he got some help from like 2 sorcerers, her and that old cranky dude, the one that tells the other 3 to go home and like do that. So because so she basically is so ready to kill some like town. Of course, he was ready to invade it. And before they even get a chance, they, all 3 of them, or all 4 of them, of course, the female, or good, the one that looked like, I'm trying to look, but the so basically him, and her, and my character. But she decides to grab his arm and like rubs it like a cute kitty thing. As he says, what are you doing? And as of course, before they even got to there, he or actually one, or he actually tells my character that the he that she really likes you, Chaos Chaz. And plus, your abilities are insane. As he says, huh, well, no matter. Let's get this show on the road before I become more ticked off at didn't get my sleep. So, and he says, you're speaking my language right now. As he smiles at him. Like he agrees with. So then when Rimuru came back, or actually only people that know who. So Demon Lord Maline, this part of the timeline, actually was there. So she ends up going to, walks up to him and says, why did you betray me? As he says, I don't know who you, so as he says, let's cause some mayhem. As, as then he realized when of who that pink-haired girl is, as he heard about Demon Lord Maline, her reputation of destroyer air is outmatched by anyone. Basically, of course, he actually knows that Hinman also has a reputation. So he says, Chaos Chaz? I'll let you take care of. Or he looks at him and says, I'll let you take care of Demon Lord Maline. I'll take care of that purple whole Kaijin or whatever. As he was so like ticked off, or he actually used Berserker Soul or Berserker, and like so as Shion or actually they were like Shion. Yes, the rumors are true. As he, or because my character, so as he goes and like kills, or as she couldn't believe that her own dragon is attacking her. As now joy, as he used that same move that defeated Rimuru, as she was still standing. Because as so my character wasn't having a good day, basically. So when he is trying to remember who Demon Lord Maline was, as her own friend or I'm giving Rimuru Tempest a special ability of what happened, and so Rimuru saw what they did to her friend's dragon, as Rimuru, or actually only people that could sense that it's her dragon, was King and like hers. So she says, or actually she, instead of now time for you to die, Demon Lord Maline, as he, like, of course, Demon Lord Maline says that, and you're that dragon. May I ask you where you were born from? I was born from the... As he stops and he's getting inside of his own head, like itching his head, as is in pain, like he can't remember who he is or where he came from, as she remembers who or she or my character came from. So she tells him that you're my friend. You've always been my friend. As he says, knock it off. I'm no one's friend. I'm the tool that masks destruction. I'm lost charge. As he shot the lightning bolt or like flames from his mouth, as she says, you're my friend. You used to be my childhood friend. As he's getting more and more ticked off. Like he's trying to remember who he was. Stop it. As only person that is really trying to calm him down was her. She actually used her like power to trying to calm him down by scrambling his brainwaves. As so, Demon Lord Malign saw that as the opportunity, as because she knows that she would rather have her dragon friend back to her, but she couldn't believe that this girl is scrambling her or his brain as his thought waves, as the ping, I forget her name, always forgets her name. I think no, that's purple. Yeah. I'm trying to remember their names. Like, it was Shion or Sensei, or I can't read her name. It's right there. So she basically canceled out on that Moe's attack. That girl's brainwaves, as she runs over and like just try to remember, as he's like is trying to remember who he was before he became, as he or Demon Lord Malign sees tears coming down his face. As he is now remembers who Demon Lord Malign was, his friend, as he gave her a hug. And as she says, "No fair, that boy's mine." As Rimuru, or actually only people that really now know, or actually those two kidnapped her and him and that other guy. The one that, yeah, him. So that they don't get, like, killed. No. So there was no death scene. So he ends up saying, "Demon Lord Malign, I'm sorry. But I'm back." As she gave him a hug. As he says, "I can't believe they revived me back from the dead. They broke that seal from to just takes me out." As he says, now I'm really, really mad at them. As they flew back, or he says, I'll be right back. As he destroys the 100 armies with just his one attack. And he flew back and destroyed the entire kingdom with such blast, hate. Take that, humans. You really made the enemy of mine. As he Chaos Blast! As he destroys the entire kingdom like a giant nuclear bomb and killed the king, him, and everyone that was in the kingdom. As he became as he becomes, because he evolved into a demon lord, and Shenman, and his reputation of Chaos Max Dragon. As he flies back, he went from being a cute like toddler to being a psycho murderer, or chaos, or like Demon Lord Henman. His reputation is Chaos Max Dragon kind. As her friend has evolved into that. So Rimuru comes out of nowhere as he turns and looks at him. So you must be Rimuru Tempest, I presume. Sorry for killing you. You know, I was under those. Yeah, we know. I know that you don't really want to hurt anybody else. As he was, and the only other person. So was that I forget her name. I'm trying to remember her name. The one that the one that looked like, or that she is, the one that's on the bottom. So she ends up heard about what happened, and so she ends up he goes with Rimuru and ends up, or of course she killed, as he knows that move. So that skill. So basically he pushed Rimuru out of a way as boom. As he dies is again. But he has just unlocked a special skill before of self-revival. So he basically survived. He basically learned how to do that. So he basically had that unique skill. So he says, huh, you're not very bright, aren't you? You're holding two titles, angels, aren't you? Rimuru is not the enemy. As it was her personal mission to kill him, not Rimuru. So she ends up, your rainbow has, or dead end rainbow has no effect on me, spiritually or effectively. As he caught her blade between his fingers and broke it. Like I said, as knocking her back. As they, of course, she was like unimpressed because now, oh, when she got undepressed by how things are looking, sorry, I'm trying to zoom in on her picture. Basically, you know what I mean. When she made the same face as like Rimuru did. You're a tough monster, aren't you? Demon Lord Chaz. As he says, huh, well, you're not bad yourself. As he remembers who always treated him with kindness. Or actually, so basically, her treated him, or actually not her, only person that really was her. Because she actually made him some, like, so she and him, of course, he, as Dreamer says, what should we do with them? All three of those. Well, definitely keep her around. As he points to her. As how about us both? Those. As well, keep him alive long enough for something. As he had the same thing as like Veldora Tempest has when he was reincarnated into a human body. As of course Rimuru could sense that still him inside. As she, now, because when she was growing up with him, she finally, or actually only two people, or she and her, were talking about how he really evolved so much. As, sorry, as she reached over and grew, like, she basically reached over and grabbed him by his collar thing and brought him to her and kissed him, right on the lips thing. As Berserker is like, well, I'm glad that, or actually, he says, well, I'm glad that someone's like, so, he, of course, it was embarrassing for him, but she finds that cute, and he's embarrassed. She has, or actually, he still has that innocent, like, what she has. As Rimuru is worried about if he turns on him again, as he decides to ask him, well, if that's true, don't worry, I won't go after you. I'll go after people that are trying to force me to do it. Okay? As Demon Lord Maline, I think, was like, she was growing up, falling in love, with him. So she knows, please, no, make part 2.